All right, everyone. Now let's quickly create this particular cards and also this form because the prime objective of this course is to focus more on the Redux part. All right. So that is the reason you'll notice that we are not building a fancy project, and also I'm not focusing too much on CSS. So let's do that. So here what you have to do, basically this will be a card. So for that, let's go and let's do one thing. So I'll just copy this particular class, and here the first thing you have to import that style, right? So this will be style.css, and here basically the first thing we will be targeting that h1, and for that h1 I'll give the margin as 0 px. So this is the first criteria. And the next thing what you have to do, we have this particular eval, right? So now for that, what we can do, we can take this eval, and for this eval also we'll first do the margin as 0 because it will take some margin by default. Now next thing what you have to do, we'll do display as flex, and there should be some gap between those cards. So I'll just give here, for example, let's give 15 px. I think that will be fine. And also we'll give the list style as none. So you'll notice that there are some circle is coming, so that we have to remove. So this is the first thing, and let's see what we are getting now. All right, this is fine. And I think if I just inspect, and the second thing what you have to do, I think we have to just make this one as justify content center, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so this is fine. And also let's give some padding top. So I'll just give your padding top as 30 px, for example. Yeah, this is fine. And so first I'll just make these changes. So this will be padding top will be 30 px, and also justify content will be center. And after that we have to target those allies. So for that, what you have to do, it will be the same chain. So first this will be the main class, then eval, and then ally. Now the first thing what you have to take, we will take some width of 200 px, height of 200 px. Then let's take some background as, for example, black, and also the color will be now ffdd08, same color. And also we'll take font size as 20 px and font weight as bold. That's it. All right, now let's check what we are getting. So if I just go back, all right, this is fine now. So now what you have to do, basically we have to work on this particular form. So for that, we'll go to the add nodes component, and here let's take some div, and this will have a class name of, for example, form wrapper. And here I'll take one input, obviously. So now this will have a name, so I'll just give here add to do. Let's give a placeholder, so I'll give here enter to do name. And also there should be a on change method, so that we have to handle on change. And also you have to take the value, right? So that we will be doing later, but before that we have to just create this method, or else it will give you error. All right, so now I'll just quickly create this. So this will be const handle on change, and also it will give you event, and that's it. So for now I'll just log here event. And after that, what we have to do, we have to just take one button, and here I'll just give add to do. That's it. Let's save and let's see what we are getting. All right, now this is fine. So now let's start working on some very basic styling. So first I'll just import style.css, and now I'll just first take this main class, and the same thing we have to do. So this will be the h1, and we'll make the margin as 0 px. And after that, we can take this class name form wrapper, and let's first target the input element. So first we'll give some padding of 10 px and 70 px, and I think this is fine. Let's check. All right, and also we have to give some margin, right? So let's do one thing. I'll give here form wrapper, and then I'll just give here, for example, let's give margin top as 30 px. And also in the main wrapper, I'll give some padding, or let's give some margin only. So I'll give margin top as, for example, 20px. Alright, now this is fine. The next thing what you have to do, you have to target the button. So this will have a padding also of 10px and 50px, and let's give a background of black, and color we will take the same color. Font size will give, for example, 15px, and font weight will take as bold. Now next thing what you have to do, we'll give this one as display flex, and we'll give a gap of 20px. And also I think we have to give the cursor as pointer. Yeah, and let's save this and let's check. Alright, this is fine. So now I think we just have to make this one as justify content center. So this will be center. Let's save this. Alright, this is fine now. So now basically what you have to do, we have to start working on the functionality part. So I think this is fine from the JSX or basic structure perspective. Or let's do one thing in this particular page, let's give some margin. So for that, what we can do, we can take the main class, yeah, this one, and then here we can give margin top as 20px. Let's save this. Alright, now this is fine. I think this is fine for the JSX part. Now let's start working on the Redux part. So in the next video, first we will be discussing the Redux flow, how Redux works with React in complete details, and after that we will be start working on the Redux part, and also then we will be moving to Firebase. Let's do that in the next video.